X-Men. X-Men.
Hello everybody, this is thejonnymar, and welcome to my very first monthly Monday Let's Play. And I'm going to be playing, as you can see, X-Men the arcade game. And I am super excited about playing this game. I have a lot of fond memories that I'm going to be touching on throughout this Let's Play. And so let's get into the action. So I'm going to be playing the US version of this game, normal difficulty, and of all the characters you can choose from, I will of course be playing as my favorite X-Men, Wolverine. So let's do this.
In the 21st century, evil mutants led by Magneto aimed to destroy the world. Humans could do nothing against the power of the evil mutant. The only hope is X-Men. Go and save the city.
Well, alright then, Professor Xavier. So, this game is an absolute classic, and I have tons of memories of playing it. Now, it was originally an arcade game, of course, as I get a handle on these controls again. And so basically it was a quarter muncher. And so where I would play it is at Chuck E. Cheese, or it used to be called Showbiz Pizza back in the day, which is a defunct franchise now. But they had this and also a couple other arcade games that I really enjoyed playing with my cousin and some of my family members. And so we would play this, or we would play the Simpsons arcade game, and we also would play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, or the arcade game. And man, just many, many hours playing this game. And I've already died. I'm by no means an expert at this game, or at beat-em-ups in general. And because this game is really designed to be played with tons of people, up to 6 at one time, there's a ton of enemies, and so I'm going to be using my mutant power pretty frequently, because I have infinite lives on this version. This is the PSN version. A great day when it actually came to PSN. I got it the first day it was available, because I love it. It's such a great game. A little repetitive, of course, but pretty much any beat-em-up game is that way. So it does feel a little bit cheesy to be using the mutant power over and over, but as you can see, these guys pack a punch, and especially as we get to some of the later levels. As I scroll over here, there we go. It's worth it to sacrifice the, jump! To sacrifice the, that's smart. Let's shoot off the screen. To sacrifice the little bit of health in order to use it. And like I said, and here we have the first boss, Pyro.
Pyro will turn you to toad.
I like the voice acting, especially for the time. To have a game like able to have actual voices digitized, that was pretty amazing. Alright, well, there's our first death.
Wolverine.
So let's keep track of that. And obviously with the blinking... how did he throw that when he was knocked down? That's a sign that he's getting low on health. And he's dead. Sweet. So, because this game is designed to be played with a lot of people, I don't feel bad about abusing my infinite lives and mutant powers. That's a little bit of rationalization on my part, but hey, it helps me sleep at night. Ugh. But for the most part with these, I hate these guys. These stupid little cranes with the lasers. Ugh. What was I saying? Oh, these Sentinels. Yeah, the palette swaps of the Sentinels. Generally, you can take those out with regular attacks pretty easily. But once you go beyond that, any of the advanced creatures, it becomes a lot more difficult to kill them off, especially when they crowd you. doing okay here. Haven't been spamming my mutant power too much, but now I'm gonna have to. Ugh. Now, Wolverine has always been my favorite, and when people, you know, ask, oh, I love this part. So these guys are stupid. You can actually lure them into hitting these little fire pits here. And it will do quite a bit of damage to them, so you don't have to actually attack them. Come on, idiots. Come and get me. But Wolverine has always been my, probably a mutant time. There we go. My favorite X-Men. And I think that's because he's always just seemed the most kind of gritty and real of all the X-Men. As real as a mutant with superpowers can seem. I've always kind of really liked his mutant powers. The fact that, you know, at his core, he doesn't really have a ton in terms of superpowers. He just has the healing ability and the enhanced senses, but, you know, with the added adamantium skeleton and claws, obviously that ups the ante quite a bit. And so if I had to pick one mutant's powers and abilities, I would pick Wolverine's. I think it would be pretty cool to have that ability to heal yourself instantaneously and also have those retractable claws. Even though it would make traveling a little difficult if you're trying to fly. There was a issue of his comic book where he was trying to fly out of Japan, I think, and he kept setting off the metal detector, and so he jammed his arm inside the X-ray machine to show him that he had a metal skeleton. Uh-oh. Jump! I'm not sure if we have to destroy this or if it's time-based. Ugh. Well, I guess it's time-based. But one of my goals as a kid, you know, I had a friend of mine who collected comics. I think that was the second death. And before that, I didn't really do a lot with comics, but I got into X-Men through him, and then I kind of made a decision that my goal as a kid was to collect every issue of the Wolverine comic book, which started in the mid-'80s, I think. Oh man. I got most of them. And so from about age, I don't know, 10 until, oh, here's the second boss, Blob.
Nothing moves the Blob.
Jeez. We'll see if we can move you, big boy. So I'm gonna knock you down and then smack you in the face. I like the Blob. I think he's kind of fun. And I'm not sure if he's ever fought Juggernaut, but kind of that classic immovable object versus unstoppable force fight. Get down, fatty. Oh, come on, just die. There we go. So from about age 10 until...
X-Men! We have been taken by Magneto. However, we had time to locate their base on Island M. Destroy it.
Jeez. Professor Xavier doesn't hold any punches. Not sure how he kidnapped him, but he's basically out for revenge, I guess. So, so we're gonna kill everything we see. And this is where the enemies start to get kind of tough. Those stupid reptiles. They have a little jump back ability, and then, yeah, that stupid tail whip attack. Ugh. That thing is bad news. So, mutant power it is. Now, I'm not going to pay attention to how many times I die, but if any of you viewers want to and let me know at the end of this, that would be great. And one of the trophies you can actually get for this game is to beat it, I think, in under 30 minutes, which I'm shooting to do in this too. Ugh. Well, there's another life.
Wolverine.
I've gotten most of the trophies for this game, but I am missing all of the multiplayer. I haven't gone online and played it at all. So at some point, though, I'm going to have to do that, and so hopefully it still has an online community of people playing it. Because I think you need at least 6 players, so 5 other people playing it at the same time in order to get those plants, and I don't have any mutant power left. It's always a terrible situation. You have to just let it kill you, basically. Or I guess try to attack them. Alright. Let's try to get as many as possible. There we go. But if any of you have the game and have a PlayStation 3, I definitely would be open to doing some online play with it to try to get those last couple trophies. And I do have a couple other online games as well that I'm looking to play at some point in the future. I've got the Simpsons arcade game, and I'll be let's playing that. What is that? What? How can it survive my mutant power? And in honesty, this is not Wolverine's mutant power. I don't know how they came up with this power, but whatever. I'm okay with a Sonic Boom Guile style. Oh, this thing is kicking my ass. Jeez. Oh, lovely. Well, it worked. So yeah, I have this, I have the Simpsons arcade game, and then I also have Dead Nation, I think it's called. Another Death. And at some point I'll be looking to play that too and get some of the co-op trophies. So if any of you are interested, let me know. And we can work out a plan to do that at some point. I do not know how to do that little jump cut consistently. And his little jump kick is just not helpful. This is not Turtles, where the jump kick is basically vital, or Double Dragon, I guess. Take that. Ugh. Oh, I hate these lizards. Did I ever finish my story about collecting the comic? I think I kept getting interrupted. Ugh. Well, I think there's a little voice clip coming up here, so hang on a second.
X-Men, welcome to die.
Welcome to die. And being a video game, you know, we can fall ridiculously high places to the ground and nothing bad happens to us. Uh-oh, Wendigo. Well, you know what I'm gonna do. Mutant power. And then I will let him kill me because I can't do anything else to him. Take that, jerk. And you can throw me and kill me. This is a nice pattern. One more, maybe. There we go. Die.
Go and rescue Kitty from the cave.
Yes, sir. There's actually a Japanese ROM version on this too, and there aren't a ton of differences. It's some of the dialogue is in Japanese at the bottom, and then you can pick up energy pills, although when I've played it, I've never actually seen one, so I'm not sure how to do that. I'm not sure if you have to maybe kill a certain number of enemies in a row without dying, or what exactly has to happen. Mutant power! So that's also a trophy I don't have. Wow, that was a good one. And then the last one is beat Magneto with all 6 characters. So I'm not sure if that means I have to play through all 6 times, each time with a different character, or what exactly goes into that. And I'll finish my comic story eventually. I'm in the midst of battle here. And now we're starting to get the bottomless pits. These suck. Oh, what's this? Any mutant power left. So if you fall in any pits, and they do get worse as you progress to later levels, but that's an instant death, of course. Now you can throw enemies in that, so that's good, but come here, jerk. Jeez. Uh-oh, out of mutant power. That's a terrible feeling when you expect to do it and then nothing happens. I can't get the throw consistently either. It's annoying. This would be a nice time to have the mutant power. But I don't have it. Ugh. Kill me! There we go. Not gonna waste my mutant power on you. Let's advance. Oh god. Ugh. Sure, just breathe fire at me. Bastard. So, I was collecting the comic. My goal, as I've said now a billion times, was to get the entire series, which was an ongoing series. I think they've actually switched over to a new series of it. I think they stopped at, I forget what issue, but then they rebooted it as a different, numbered series. But at the time, it was around issue, I want to say 175. I think that was Another Life. Or maybe 200. I'm not 100% sure. But when I started, it was in like right around issue 100. And then, or maybe in the 90s. And then I finished once I caught up, which was around 175, I think. And I could be just blowing smoke out of my butt here. I'm not sure. I think I combined a couple cliches there. I don't know what this guy is called. I do sort of recognize him, and I'm really glad that this is not hitting Kitty in the force field there, because that would stink. If this was kind of like Garnet in the plant cage in Final Fantasy IX, and if you would hurt her by hitting the enemy. Jeez. It's kind of like a pro wrestler. He throws you and then he's like, "Arr," and he flexes. Hey, kitty. Got some 80s-tastic hair.
Rescue the professor.
And you had a very worthwhile line there. So here we're starting to get the bigger pits, so if you can knock enemies into them, they die instantly. And unfortunately, if you walk off them, you can die instantly too. And I'm sure I will do that at least once or twice. But finally, to end my story, I did complete my collection, up to whatever the current issue was, and then I stopped. So I have a big box at home with all of those issues. In poly bags or whatever they're called. I haven't collected comics since I was a teenager, so Mylar bags maybe. So those are accumulating value, I hope, in my closet at home. Actually at my dad's place. And I also have a series of other comics. I got really into Image too for a while, and so I was collecting some of those. And I've pretty much given up on comics now. I don't really collect any. I do, White Queen. Or Ice Queen. No, I think it's White Queen. She's pretty easy. As long as you don't get away from her too far, you can just beat her with physical attacks. He said as he died. Emma Frost, maybe? I'm not horribly up on the X-Men universe. Like I said, I usually take that. What the? I usually just read the Wolverine comic. Jeez. Do I have to kill these things or what? Oh, and no mutant power. Oh, well that worked. What the? The jump kick is so lame. Jeez. Like a bullet in the face. Die. But the only comics I now read are actually The Walking Dead and Invincible, both by Robert Kirkman. And I usually wait for the hardcover paperbacks to come out. Hardcover paperbacks? Is that even a thing? The hardcover versions of them to come out that collect a large amount of the comics into a set. Because they include a lot of really cool stuff in addition. Like concept, no! Concept art, kind of details and ideas they had while creating the characters, etc. And I'm a huge fan of The Walking Dead. I kind of picked it up after I started watching the show, but I really like the series a lot, the comic series, and the game too. I've only beaten the first couple episodes of the game, but I'm really looking forward to finishing that off. They're pretty awesome if you haven't played them, although I'm guessing most people at this point have. And I'm hoping to Let's Play that at some point, but I'm not sure. I've got so much on my plate right now. What the hell are these guys? That reminds me of Smash TV, maybe? Is that what it was called? Another arcade game? Nice. Or Mr. Big from Narc? Ah, Juggernaut. With one lone Sentinel. So, this guy's ridiculously powerful, and they give him a cannon. Because, you know, being unstoppable and impenetrable to anything is not enough. He has to have a freaking cannon, too. Okay, kill me. Thanks. But the Invincible series is really awesome too. For those of you that have read Walking Dead, Kirkman's Invincible series is a pretty awesome... Take that. Awesome take on kind of the superhero series, and kind of takes it in an all-new direction.
X-Men, nice job. Magneto is over there. Follow me.
Okay. Kind of suspicious you're just rolling around here, Professor. Ah, figures.
Ha! You fell into our trap.
Ah, Mystique. Oh, luckily I'm invincible here with my blinkingness. Got through all that crap. Jeez. We're up to white. I'm not even sure what pallets are left for the swaps. What the? Oh. Stupid pits. And I think Kirkman actually was going to make a... sorry to go on a Walking Dead tangent here, but... don't fall! They made like a HBO series or something, an animated series for Invincible. I can't really find it anywhere. I really hope they do a movie at some point. I know Walking Dead is a show, TV show, a really good one too. But I think Invincible will work a lot better as a movie. So what are these areas, this background? Ruins, I guess? I guess we're still... Jeez! 6 pyros! And... Oh! Thanks for shooting it off the screen, you idiot. Alright. Well, let's see if we can get him on one side here. There we go. One left. Okay. They start to do a little bit of a boss rush here. You have to like take on all the old bosses right in a row. And some at the same time. Now luckily you can hit a lot of them with your... these guys. With your mutant power, so it's not terrible. I gotta start using my weave up and down as a way to dodge these guys. Oh, come here. Ugh. So, I don't know what these guys are. Apparently statues that can come to life. I'm not sure if that's an actual enemy or if someone's controlling these guys or what exactly is happening. Any of you that know the lore of X-Men a little bit better, you can tell me. And then I think I have to fight that middle one too. Yep. Nothing like a massive scythe to knock an enemy away. But that's okay. I'll just use my fictitious, created for this game, mutant power to keep you at bay.
Wolverine.
So, for those of you that have played this, who's your favorite character in the game? And for those of you that actually have read the comics, you know, Do you have a favorite character?
X-Men! X-Men! Magneto is planning to attack Earth from his asteroid base. You must foil his plan before it's too late. Go after the giant Sentinel.
Or even taking it out of the X-Men lore, do you have a favorite character from Marvel or DC? Kind of what's your background with comics in general? Let me know in the comments. Be interested to kind of hear that, to see how much experience each of you has with, you know, comics in general. And this game. Because I've probably spent hundreds of dollars via quarters in this game over the years. It was definitely worth $10 off PSN. For the nostalgia alone. So now, these things aren't annoying enough, but they get to move around and do whatever the hell they want. There we go. Ugh. So we started off in the city, and then we went to planet, or not planet, Island M, whatever the hell that is, and now we're on Magneto's asteroid, I guess, base of some sort. Now, I was aware Magneto had a base because I read the storyline where Wolverine actually loses his adamantium. Magneto pulls it all out of him. Spoiler, I guess. And then for a long time, which might still be the case. Jeez, 3 of them? Well, that's fair. Well, as long as I can keep you all on one side. Wolverine didn't have adamantium. It got yanked out of him by Magneto, and he actually almost died because it like took his healing power. Basically, it maxed it out in that storyline, and he went for a while without being able to heal himself. Okay, I'm guessing that's actually Professor Xavier, since he's behind the barrier. And I'm not sure. I think he eventually got his adamantium back, but like I said, I stopped reading, so... Oh, Magneto already. Okay, this is weird. He's just kicking at me. Aren't you supposed to use magnetism, Magneto? I was gonna say magic. I guess it's magic. No, he just has a powerful front kick. Nothing suspicious about that. Maybe he's, Mystique, of course. I was gonna say, maybe it's like...
Alas, that was Mystique, not Magneto. Magneto is in another place. Go, X-Men!
Thanks, Toad. Our princess is another castle. Got it. Now here's the real Magneto.
I am Magneto, master of magnet.
Now he can block your mutant powers with his magnetism.
Kill you.
He's pretty tough. And he makes it pretty clear that he wants to kill you. But I'm thinking of the movies where they developed that drug to take away the mutants' powers, for those of you that have seen the trilogy. So I guess you could argue maybe Magneto had that drug still in his system. But probably not.
Ex-chicken, you are dead.
I am dead. He's stuck in a pattern, as Arino likes to say on Game Center CX. You die. Jeez. Now he's stuck in a pattern. There we go. Jeez. And now he's dead. Well, great. The evil has just begun. I guess they were leaving it open to a possible sequel. I'm not sure they ever made that. So yeah, that's my look at X-Men arcade game. Pretty short game, but definitely a lot of fun. I'm sure some of you have played it before. And like I said, if any of you are interested in teaming up with me at some point in the future and you have a PS3 in this game, or some of the other ones I mentioned, I would definitely be open to that. Just get in touch with me. But I hope you enjoyed my first monthly Monday Let's Play. And so every first Monday of the month, I'm going to try to give a little bit of a longer look at a game that I think my shorter episodes just aren't going to do justice to. So stay tuned for my next monthly Monday Let's Play next month. And it might just be one of the games I've already mentioned in this episode. You'll have to wait and see. So as always, everyone, thanks for watching, and I will see y'all next time.